my shit. I got all dick, and she turned around and hit. And I done learned a lot of shit I had up.
What's up, y'all? This your boy, Mr. I-240. I'm back with another episode today. In this crazy weather in Memphis today. Yo, first of all, I want to say, like I said, I want to thank y'all for showing love. Most important. Hold on. Let me start. There we go. Most important, I want to thank God for another day. You know what I'm saying? Thank the Lord Jesus Christ for another day. And number two, I want to thank y'all for the love and support the page been getting. We're getting them subscribers up. I appreciate y'all. And I enjoy entertaining y'all and giving y'all hot content as much as possible. So I'm really appreciative for y'all, and I just want y'all to know that on the real, that I mess with y'all. So hey, today gonna be a light little episode. If it start off hot, but gonna be a light little episode. You know what I'm saying? You did. So shoot, man. Let's get into it. The first subject. Oh snap! Shots that been fired from Seth Rollins to the great CM Punk. So, for those who don't know, so during Royal Rumble weekend, Seth Rollins was interviewed doing the little open run of WWE 2K17, which is coming out next month on the 17th, featuring John Cena on the cover. So the interviewer asked them about Punk, and Seth Rollins told him to stay away. He is a cancer in the locker room, and stay away from around me. So it had me thinking, like, was it really heat between Seth and Punk? Because we know it's heat between Punk and AJ, because AJ can't stand Punk, and I'm pretty sure Punk can't stand AJ. So you would think, like, man, Seth Rollins would have been more appreciative and appreciate him and stuff like that. But I guess the Shield, the Shield members or Punk wasn't friendly toward each other at all. Exhibit A. Now we know that CM Punk had a feud with Jon Moxley, which was a real shoot battle, hit at each other, and they was really hitting each other and coming to blows. Then we gotta remember the infamous promo where they were straight shooting on each other and just airing it out. Then exhibit number 2, the tribal chief, he even threw shots at Punk, where he said Punk will never be big as Rock, Punk will never be big as Cena, and he'll never be big as Austin. Then, of course, now Seth Rollins with the shot. So it comes to the conclusion that I have. I feel like Punk was full of his own ego, and it rubbed off people the wrong way, because he thought he was bigger than what he is. Now, let's look at Punk run. Is CM Punk a talented guy? Of course, very talented. One of the greatest of all time. He's a Ring of Honor legend. He had a cool little run in TNA. But, you know what they say. Let's see what you do in the major leagues. Now, let's break it down. CM Punk is a tag team champion, former ECW champion, Intercontinental champion, and World Heavyweight champion. Now, before his big push, Punk did have some moments that, okay, he's showing us something. He's really great. Because in 06, 07, he was just regular CM Punk, cool, yay, whatever. Before he got his big break in 2008 and won the championship belt. Alright, cool. He got his big break. He beat JBL, became champion. But that championship reign wasn't that long. I think it was like 3-4 months. And then he lost to Chris Jericho in the championship scramble. Okay, cool. Fast forward, go to 2009. Big break, won in 2009. He turned heel. He feuded with Jeff Hardy. Then him and Jeff Hardy had beef, real life beef, because Jeff was popping the X pills and smoking that Kush. And we know Punk is really straight edge. But so, and then they feuded for a minute. Jeff left. Then Punk became straight edge. Now that was some of the best work Punk had did. Then he was on a cold front with. He was at the announce table for a minute, and then he joined the Nexus. And then the infamous push came when he called out John Cena and called out Vince, and then the rest was history. But let me ask y'all something though. As much as we love Punk, and I mentioned those facts, and he really had an ego problem of turning off his co-workers. Let me ask y'all something. Was CM Punk run really that great before that great year that he won the WWE title? Is Punk full of everything? Is Punk great as he say he is? And don't get me wrong, he can entertain and all that. But it's like you're not great as you think you are. You know what I'm saying? Because it's people out there that had better runs than you, Jericho better than you, Rock better than you, Stone Cold, like hell, Daniel Bryan better than you. But I think Punk was full of himself and his own ways that it turned people off. And it's like, that's why I be like, man, I only see how him and Kofi friends. And then when he got that success and got that shine, him and Kofi stopped talking. They weren't friends like that. And there ain't even no beef like that. And then you gotta remember, he fell out with his best friend, Colt Cabana. And Colt Cabana was there for him during his time battling Vince and Triple H. And then speaking of Triple H, I don't know if it was Cena or Triple H, one of them said it in the promo, you won't be satisfied when it's all about you. And it's starting to look like that because you remember, y'all know the infamous promo when he called out the Elite and the Young Bucks. And then they got it on. And then Punk got suspended. They got suspended. They're back now. And Punk, we don't know if he released, not released. We don't know. Because him and Jericho got into it that night. And Jericho like, look, you're a problem, man. You got to go. We don't want you back. And you know, everybody in the AEW locker room respect Chris Jericho. So it's starting to make sense that maybe Punk, you is the problem and your ego is in the way of your shine. Because you're cold, you're very talented. I just think you got little man syndrome. And you rub people off the wrong way. I don't know because you're an introvert or I don't know, but them are countless of superstars and countless incidents that I just named. Something ain't clicking, brother. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right with you. Something ain't right. Especially this last incident. Then y'all kept Colt Cabana off on AEW show, put him in Ring of Honor. But before Punk got there, he was on TV like that. And then all of a sudden, we ain't see Colt Cabana no more with Dark Order. So something ain't right, man. But I feel like he can't be a counselor, man. But is he a worth the counselor? Not this time around. I mean, don't give me his AEW run been impressive, good, but at this point for a 44, 42-year-old wrestler, it's not worth it at this point, Tony Khan. It might be time to move on. I think it's time for Punk to move on and do his own thing and just go from there. All right. On a lighter note, Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns was bound to collide. Let me set you a picture. So you got Sami Zayn, who came from Montreal wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Probably wrestling the Canadian Stampedes and stuff like that. Right? Then went from there, went to doing independent shows, going to ROH, This before ROH became ROH. When he was wearing the mask and kicking it with Kevin Owens as Kevin Steen. When they were wrestling in the gym and band room and stuff like that, getting it out the mud. Working on his craft, had to get it the hard way, not making much money at all. You see what I'm saying? And then you got Roman Joe Reigns. Where do I start? You got the Anoa'i family, the Maivias, the Hawaiian Samoan connection. Just a bunch of them. From The Rock, Rocket Johnson, High Chief Maivia, Rikishi, the Wild Samoans, Usos, Umaga, Yokozuna. See what I'm saying? Roman didn't have to work hard as much as Sammy did. And plus, Roman was a gifted football player that turned pro wrestler. Now, don't get me wrong. Roman was a naturally charisma guy, talented guy. And he worked on hard on the craft because he went to FCW wearing man tights. So it's just like this. It's like the simple old school of, from my point of view, like you had everything handed to you. Sammy had to get out the mud. Sammy ain't no natural guy that's gonna be the leader of the company, but Roman is. And don't get me wrong, Roman worked on his craft, worked hard. But Roman Reigns wasn't making no $2 and getting in pork chop. He wasn't making $2 and getting pork chop sandwiches like Sami Zayn was. He wasn't driving his own car city to city like Sami Zayn was with Kevin Owens and them, Jay Briscoe, Dalton Castle. He wasn't doing that. Roderick Strong. Roman, the business was in Roman blood from the start. So it's always parallels to these great storytelling of them colliding. Because you got Sami Zayn, who the underdog, the underachiever. Then you got Roman Reigns, who just a naturally talented guy and good looking guy, no homo. They can get anything he want. Just like Exhibit A for Roman. Roman Reigns made it through FCW/NXT, graduated, and then The Shield was born in 2012. And then The Shield, it took off and ain't looked back. They was dominating for a year, 2 years, and 2 years. And then his push came. Winning big matches, winning championships, main event WrestleMania 6, 7, 8, 9 times. And then you got Sami Zayn, the underachiever, the underdog. Sami Zayn was in a rival with Adrian Neville trying to win that championship, and he finally got it. But it didn't last long when his best friend Kevin Owens stabbed him in the back. Then Sami got hurt, got his shine back, rushed back. Then shortly later, I think, before he left NXT, he was in a great match with Shinsuke Nakamura, and Nakamura beat him in his debut. And then when Sami Zayn came to the main roster, he was kind of lost in the shuffle. Yeah, he was putting on good matches, but he was overlooked for many years. And Sami had his moments too, teaming up with Shinsuke, being a good manager, being a conspiracy theorist. And then they just collab. And then when they collab, it was one and done. It was supposed to be one and done, but the chemistry was so good, they were like, hey, Alfred, come on back, man. We need you. And then the rest is history. And we're getting the best match we're going to see at Elimination Chamber for the Undisputed Universal Championship. Well, you got two opposite people colliding and coming together. Sami entertaining. Sami can still go. Roman in the prime of his career can't be stopped. getting all the money, getting all the shine. Sammy just want to win the championship in his hometown. It's going to be a fun match to see. So, it's WrestleMania season. Anything can happen. You never know. We might get Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes. Or we might get Zayn, Reigns, Rhodes. Never know. And speaking of WrestleMania season, hey man, forget Logan Paul. Give me Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins. We ain't worried about John Cena, man. Hey man, focus on your Hollywood movies. Don't do that, bro. So, Logan Paul came back from his injuries that he had at Crown Jewel against Roman Joe Reigns. It was supposed he tore his MCL, PCL, ACL, BCL, BLT. I don't know. But y'all get my point. So Logan Paul made a triumphant return, making high-flying moments with Ricochet. That was a special moment. And then he supposedly was out the ring for a minute, chilling on the floor while everybody else doing their own thing. And then Cody and Seth Rollins was talking trash. You remember me, all this stuff? Seth Rollins was getting the best of him. And then Logan Paul snuck in the ring, eliminated Seth Rollins over the top rope. Whew. And Seth was pissed. And Logan Paul was down to the last final 3. Good thing he went the Royal Rumble, because they would have pissed Seth Rollins even more. Now, Seth Rollins did a live talking about Logan Paul don't belong here. He needs to stay in his own lane. Basically, don't come over here unless you want that smoke. So, then of course of that, Logan Paul shot the shot. First shot where before he interviewed Cody and his friends, they was talking, laughing, and stuff like that. And then he was like, I eliminated Seth Rollins, you stupid son of a... I think there would be a fun match to see. It'll definitely be better than John Cena versus Logan Paul at this point. Because I don't think Cena heart and passion is into wrestling like that. And plus, Cena's fighting Theory. So, but I think it's going to be better than Theory versus Cena anyway. Then you gotta understand another parallel. Seth Rollins feel disrespected because you got the outsider stealing everybody's shine, and everybody saying he better than he better than half of the roster. He better than AEW roster. So he trying to understand what's all this praise about when I've been here. I've been doing this since I was 15, 17 years old when I was Tyler Black. In Ring of Honor, winning championship. Why? I was winning championships, he was doing YouTube. While I was winning championship, he was doing band videos. So how the hell y'all trying to say he's better than half of everybody like I ain't here? Because Seth Rollins looking at it like it's disrespectful. Disrespectful that Logan Paul getting all this praise. Now, we know they heading towards their way. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a little tease moment. If Logan Paul become heel, bro, that's going to be match of the night. If Logan Paul become heel, Rollins versus Paul going to be the match of the night. I don't care if it's on night 1 or night 2. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. If Logan Paul become heel, that's going to be fun to see on the real. So, we'll see where they go. Alright. Speaking of WrestleMania season. Question of the day is main event Jey Uso back? Because you remember, during the Royal Rumble beatdown, they were beating up Kevin Owens, beating him up. Roman started yelling at Sammy, telling him to hit him. You belong in the bloodline. whether you like it or not. Now hit him. Sammy shaking his head like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you. I'm with you, sir. Yes, sir. Then, ooh, screaming. Then, the infamous moment happened. Roman talking that junk. Sammy belong to us. He belong to us now. Yelling at Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens looking all beat up like somebody drunk, uncle. You hear me? And then Sami Zayn cocked that chair back. Wham! Then it was cracking from there. Then they beat him down. And then Roman them looking up the ramp. It's a war now, Solo. It's a war. Take no prisoners. Whew. So it's up. But Jay left the ring before then. Everybody looking for Jay. If you remember the Sunday, they had a picture of Jay Uso Instagram looking at the ramp with a picture of Roman talking about run it back. Because Jay caught that PTSD, whatever you want to call it, PTSD. Yeah, there you go. He caught that, had flashbacks, Roman yelling at him like he's some little punk. And Jay just got tired of it after seeing his best friend get stomped on like trash. So they looking for Jay, looking for him. Solo couldn't find him. Jay didn't find him. Roman yelling at them, he ain't gonna be on the couch. Then, later on, Jay Uso posted Instagram picture with story, I'm rolling in traffic, getting his mind right. Trying to see what his next move is. Because if you remember in Roman Reigns' little video, whatever, is either you in the bloodline or you ain't. So we trying to see what main event Jay Uso gonna do. Because the Usos got to defend the titles against Ricochet and Braun Strowman. And we still ain't heard from Jay. So it's going to be very interesting what Jay going to do. And I got an episode in the near future talking about Jay Uso and Jimmy Uso. If y'all ain't read the story that I posted the other day, if you read it, you know what I'm talking about. So y'all go on Instagram if the video's still up there. If not, then too bad. You'll have to wait till the episode. But we need to know if main event Jay Uso back. We're going to see. I love to see him back because I'm tired of him being under Roman. And plus, he improved. And he deserved a big push because during the pandemic, he put in the work, the time, and the dedication to be main event Jay Uso. It's time for him to elevate. Win the U.S. title, Intercontinental title, win something. I know you love your brother. But you didn't pass your brother. At first, you and your brother was right here, doing super kicks the whole time during the match. But now, you done moved up now. So, we'll see where it goes. In the last segment, I want to talk about, I feel like this WrestleMania card is going to be the best card in a long time. WrestleMania Los Angeles is going to heat up. It's starting to look good already. You got Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte. You got, we know we're going to get Bianca versus Asuka. I don't see nobody else winning it outside of Asuka, probably Carmella, but we've seen that too many times. We've seen Asuka versus Bianca Belair, but we definitely seen Bianca Belair versus Carmella too many times. Then you have, what else you got? We're going to have Bray Wyatt probably versus Uncle Howard. We don't know. I'd love to see Bray Wyatt versus Karrion Kross, but I got to talk about Kross in a future episode too about his push. And then, of course, we're going to have father versus son. We know that's going to be classic because Dominic has came alive. Dominic has came a long way from being under his father. He had came a long way from being under Ray. I told y'all, all my boy did. All he needed was to go heal. Now look at him shining, being prison dumb, acting all gangster, even though he been in jail for 2 hours. But he doing his thing. Then of course, we're gonna have Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. I know we're gonna have it. You hear me? Come on now. So then we got Roman Joe Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Bloodline versus bloodline. Legacy versus legacy. Battle generation superstars. Just to top it off. And we might have Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, because we know they ain't gonna fight at Elimination Chamber. Come on now, it's LA. I know that's Brock hometown and all that, but that's LA. This WrestleMania might be bigger than WrestleMania 27. Or it could be bigger than WrestleMania in 1998. I forget what number it was. Y'all kiss my butt. It definitely might gonna be bigger than WrestleMania 12. Could it be bigger than WrestleMania 17? Austin versus Rock. Could it definitely be bigger than WrestleMania 2008? Where we had the double main event of Triple H, John Cena versus Randy Orton. And then you had an underrated main event match, Undertaker versus Edge. Could it be bigger than WrestleMania 13 of the iconic moment when Stone Cold and Bret Hart did the double turn? Could it be bigger than WrestleMania 94? But we're going to find out real soon. But hey, that's it for this episode. Hey man, I want to send a big shout out to all my subscribers. I love y'all. I'm going to keep on doing this and keep on applying pressure. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. I'm out this thing. Peace.
Just let me talk my shit.